If there's anything you say or you don't like,
Got it.
by
Okay.
all means. All right. Here we go. We're start recording. Sucio Talk Podcast. My goodness. Here we go. Sucio Talk Podcast. Hanging out here at Jos Modern Thai with a very special guest. Thanks for doing this, Chef. Tell everyone who you are, Chef.
Hi. Thank you for having me. So, my name's Intu Kornnawong. So, I'm a chef and partner at Jos Modern Thai in Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. How long has this place been open?
We've been open a year and 8 months. I think this July is we're gonna turn 2 years. Yeah, we're gonna turn 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
How exciting is that?
Very exciting. I mean, it's so many things that going on like past like a year and a half that we've been open. Like we opened during like pandemics, like really like there's a time like right by it so crazy. And also I think that's the first time that they announced to open indoor. That the day that we open. Like before they just allow outdoor, and then we have outdoor, and then they announce like, okay, you guys can open indoor. And then I think that right by the time we open is kind of peak COVID. It is.
Yeah.
It's pretty challenging and risky, but we really exciting. Yeah. So, and also the owner here, my partner, so he was built this restaurant for a year. During the hard time, like COVID, he doing slow on everything. And then one was everything announced we can open for like indoor dining.
Right.
Yeah, we just, okay, this is the time we need to try to announce and do it. So which is really interesting. And then it's hard, but it's fun, it's challenging. So we've been through so many, like, some staff got COVID. We need to close for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And then I remember that sometime Oakland have, the weather is kind of like,
Yeah, it's been all over the place.
Yeah, global warming right now, like have a windy. And then our restaurant have like a 3 days power outage,
Right.
and it happened like 3-4 times in a row already. So it seemed like that thing coming up all the time, and flooding one day. I remember that. But we just figure things out, It's happened, but it's kind of not. I feel like if it's happened again, it's fine because we've been through already,
Right.
It's not too hard to figure all things out right now. So yeah, just need to go through and moving forward. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Fucking awesome. Thank you. Well, here on Sucio Talk, take it all the way back. Where were you born, Chef?
I born and raised in Thailand, and I moved here when I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah, 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I was like 30-ish, Yeah, and the first time I moved to New York, Buffalo. So
Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, so I remember like so for us, like when you immigrant here, like for young kid, so we came here for like school. Yeah, and then the first time I moved there, and then I stayed there a little bit, and I was thinking I'm gonna continue college here, and then my parent was just like, okay, no, you need to come back. I stayed for like I think 2 years, and my parent was like, no, you need to come back and finish your school here.
Right.
And then I was moved back to Thailand, and I finished my my university.
Right.
Yeah. And I think I worked for a year, and then I told my mom. So I have family, like my mom's side family is here in Oklahoma. So I was like, okay, so Mom, I want to come back. And my mom said, no, you need to work first and you see what you like. And then I graduated the environmental scientist. Yeah. And I was talk to Mom, and Mom was like, okay, you can go, and then what you want to study, when you come over, you need to like, my parents want me to like continue the degree that I just graduated at bachelor degree to be a master degree. And then I was thinking to do some business, but I'm kind of confused myself because like the way that, the Asian parents grow, like try to raise you in
Right.
the Asia is different. It's like they always told you all the time like you need to be a doctor, you need to be like pharmacy, you need to like be a lawyer, like that make you're gonna make good money, yeah. And then I was like, okay, I never know what I like, but growing up with like my parents and my aunt, they love cooking all the time, and then growing up with my dad best friends, they have the restaurants, and they took me everywhere when they be at the restaurant, and I saw them what they cookings, and my aunt cook for our family like every day. So and I just still didn't know. I remember I watched like cooking show when I was a kid, making burger. This is
Right.
first time like I tried like American food, and then it was like, oh, this is so cool. And then my parents love to take kid out eat night restaurant all the time when we was a kid.
Right.
And then I was just like, okay, I don't know what I like. And then I was, okay, so I'm going to be here and continue my major. And then I just decided to not to after like a year when I moved over here. I moved back here in San Francisco, yeah. And when I was 20, yeah, I moved back again. And I went to ESL school. And then I was just thinking that, okay, maybe I'm not going to do master degree anymore because I don't know what I want to do. I was thinking like maybe I want to do business, go back to Thailand and do some business, but what business you want to do, Yeah, I just kind of didn't know. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, maybe cooking. I was kind of like sit with myself and think like what I like to do, and I was thinking about cooking. So, I mean, I know how I learned from like memorizing, and I saw that even like you tell me, okay, mom make this all the time, but I never make. But I remember everything, and I make the same thing like my mom make it, And I'm kind of know this is probably a good thing that I should do. And then I was told mom like, okay, I'm gonna go to cooking school, and my mom was like, okay, so they know cooking, if you be a chef, you're not gonna make money. She pretty disappointed, she not really support much, like. Because it's a lot of money too. I'm kind of looking where I want to go. CIA. I was thinking about CIA and FCI, and then finally I'm up with FCI school. But I want to go back to New York because they have the one in New York. But I already here. I just okay maybe I don't want to move. I just okay maybe here, and then that's the time that school that is open here in Campbell. Yeah, I went to school there for like a year or 2 years, and then I drive for like every day. Between that, I just working like Thai restaurant as a server, make my little money beside. So I think that how I start cooking in different cuisine. Yeah, from the school. Yeah, and then I know exact that. When I went into school, I was like, okay, this is what I want. Yeah, my mom's still not really happy until right now, I think.
Right.
They know. Yeah, they was like, okay, now I'm kind of sure them, yeah, like, okay, this is what I want. And I know it take time.
Yeah.
But finally, it's like, you got to do something because, and then I always feel happy all the time when I'm doing things. I never feel like I don't want to be here. I don't want to go work, That was how I feel before when I work as environmental consulting. I don't want to wake up in the morning, it's not fun for me. So yeah, this is not my thing. And then I think this is what I like love, and to do it,
So you found your passion. Took a lot of school.
Yeah, I mean, school first, yes.
Right.
And then after that, I start like, some restaurant in the city, like ranch, a little bit at Gary Danko, but I like starched, right? And then I work at ranch, on Valencia. There used to be one star before. Yeah, and I love to work pretty much casual restaurants, and I work at Outerland. And I moved to LA, work with Jeremy Fox at Rusty Canyon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
How long
like.
did you work with him?
I think a year and a half at Rusty Canyon.
Did you Was it during Britney's time?
Yeah, when Britney was CDC and Andy is the sous chef back then. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think that's the time I start from the light cook, and then I just like kind of start and working like mostly light cook, and I used to do morning cook too at Outerland, and I learned to do the dinner service um, after that stuff, and then I moved to LA. Yeah, that's the place that I work, and then when I saw night market hiring kitchen manager because Chris doesn't have any sous chef or kitchen manager before.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, this is really interesting, and I never want to go back. I mean, after I graduated from school, and I learned from like system. I know, cooking school. I mean, I'm from Thailand, and then I moved over, and I feel like that kind of helped myself, about visa things and that, and it's kind of work like, so it's been, I feel like I learned something from them and some system, and then between that I went to school, I was doing train like Thai cookings at the restaurant in the city. Like some uncle was like want to teach me out, and he know that I went to school. He want help, and then I learned how to do wok. I learned how to do thing, and then I was like, but I don't like the culture because I know like if you work with like some uncle and auntie, they have their own way. Like
Yeah.
Asian uncle, they know system. They just do whatever, but it's just so busy, but it's not system at all. Like I was kind of thought like, why you doing like this? You need to change, and it's hard to tell, but you just need to know how to compromise and talk to them and tell them this is how you want to be, right? This is it should be, but they still never change. And then I think that's the point. I was kind of like, no, I want to change the culture. I want to change like, I mean, for like Thai cuisine, if you want to open business, if you want to spread your culture, tell everyone about your culture, you need to make everything system in place. This is I never seen from any mom and pop restaurant doing it. So this is a thing why I decided to work at night market, and then also my husband right now, he was told me all the time, I never want to go back to Thai kitchens because the system, because the way they do, they unorganized. But I don't want to say that, but they was amazing cook, every person like, wow, this dude so amazing on everything, but it's just something, they don't have the recipe, they just
Does it taste
yeah, they
different
just
every time?
taste, yeah, every time it's different, and then they never measure, like uncle, auntie, even my mom and my aunt. I know, but this is incredible and amazing, and every time they're doing that would taste so good, But it's just like sometimes if you change the cooks on the line, right? Like if you not teach them correct way, they can do whatever you want, and it's not gonna be the same like how you good at.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's how I found like, no, we need to change, and then we need to make the recipe happen, And when I start working, I talked to Chris about this, and Chris would thought the same thing because he like same as my generations, and then he want to change his culture of the restaurant too because he have so many like his family like auntie, uncle, they worked there for 36 years. Yeah, and this is
36 years.
36 years since he born and 1 years old. Yeah, they never leave, but they like know how to do everything in the restaurant. But they still doesn't have any recipe in the book. They have recipe in like here.
heads,
Yeah, but when you're not there anymore, who can do it? Yeah, yeah. That's how
Well,
I learned from
They
different.
gave you 35 years, chef.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so, and then I was just, and then my husband was like, you need to back to your root. You need to like, and then that one I'm like, okay, this is this is I want to do change something. And then I say yes to Chris to be a kitchen manager there.
Right.
Yeah, and then I help him run the night market in LA, back and forth and set up the recipe. But I will start, night market is like my very first job to be a manager, I don't have a lot of experience as a manager.
Right.
Yeah, I would just cook, and then.
How did
but
you adapt to that?
I love to, I love to do my thing. I have some I love to do business too, because my parents have business. So I think it's from here. This is when I took that over. I start from be a cook, right? I just work with them, work with all the cook because I wanna understand personality on each person. Because if you want to be manager, I think they need to know, they need to respect you really well.
Right.
Yeah, start from be a cook and be best what you're doing. Learn from them, be friends with them. I think that how you become a good leader to myself. I'm just okay, just teach me, I know you're so good, but if you not teach me, I don't know. So I just learn every single stations, because when you cook at home and you cook at the restaurant, it's different, right? Even I know Thai food because some of typical Thai food I know, some I didn't because I from northeast of Thailand, Isan. And then I need to open the book, I need to read it, or I need to ask around, and learn from other people. And I just tell them, show me, and then I learn from them for a couple months, and I can do everything, and I feel like that make them trust me so much. Yeah, and then I just start a little by little and learn how to be a manager. Yeah, yeah, and once when I can do everything, and then I can show the new cook, a new staff, and who coming in correct way, and I learn from my chef, because that I become the CDC for the restaurant, right? And then and then I redo all the menus, thing they don't have the recipe book before.
All right.
Yeah, I just try to learn with each person and ask the questions and see how much they put somehow. Yeah.
10 grams.
Right, exactly. And then we'll see, oh, this one, okay, I knew it, how many
Yeah.
grams, how many ounce. And then this is how we kind of get all together. And then after that, we can get different Thai, variety of people, whoever want to learn Thai food and can come and work with us. You don't need to think it need to be Thai people. And I love Thai people because they was amazing, all my auntie, my family, and then whoever I used to work with, they was so incredible. Everything they show me was oh my God, this is so good, and how you do it. And this is how I learned so much from them. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Altogether, how long at night markets?
3 years.
3
Not
years.
too long. Yeah, I moved back here because
Not too long.
not too long. So, but it seemed a lot.
Yeah.
So many things going on in between. We open night market in Venice, and without a lot of experience as as a CDC, as kitchen manager, which is fun. Yeah, I just work hard 7 days a week, so many hours, but which is amazing. And then we can hire people, and then after that, when everything gets settled, I just kind of go back first and second location and see what they need to fix, just
Right.
recipe. Yeah, but I be there a little bit. My husband here, back then we just girlfriend, boyfriends, and then we plan to have, getting married. So that's why I was okay, I'm gonna move back over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And was it hard to leave after 3 years?
Was this hard? No, I was miss working there so much. Not really. I was talk to my chef. So this is what I design, But it's so many hours to
Yeah.
work 7 days a week, which is not easy. but I love what you're doing. I never blame what I've been through. That some people, like about like, okay, what you do too much, or but I think it was worth for myself, as like you get a lot of experience and you learn from that. And anything you make mistake back then, you're not gonna take over. It's just move forwards, and do it. And I think that's how I learned so much as to be a leader back then. And then I was like, okay, so I moved back, but it's pretty depressing when I moved back because I love living down there so much. When I live here in the city and I moved there, everything was like spread out. People different, and I mean people here is really nice, but I just didn't like
It's not
everything
the
was
community.
so yeah. And there like everywhere like spread out. If different neighbor, different thing. It seemed like I feel like food scene there back then was just amazing. Yeah, when I work with Jeremy Fogg, he's like the chef that I always like look up, and I learned so much from him. Like, about like vegetables, right?
Yeah.
About like California. That's why I was love Californian cuisine so much. Yeah, and most of restaurant I work is like is that is that Thai the restaurant, and that is what I'm kind of incorporate with Thai food, what I'm doing right now. So this is like what I like. Yeah.
Awesome. So when you come back up here, is your plan to open a restaurant? What do? Where are you going?
No,
You
my
get
plan. Get married. My plan. I want to work at Kin Khao
Oh,
because I want to learn more
more.
about things that
Chef
I haven't
Pim.
done. Yeah,
Badass.
from Chef Pim and from how the restaurant do like
It's delicious.
Yeah, and corporate
Really,
is
really
so
fucking
good. And then I was planning it out. I was like, okay, I want to learn. I want to work here. And then I remember I just fly from there and do interview or whatever. And I got a job. And after that, I was design. And I was like, okay, I'm going to work here. And then I got a job when I moved back. Yeah, I just start from like be a cook a little bit and change to sous chef positions. Yeah, I just learned from like, every station first, right? And then after that, it's just move over to like sous chef. Yeah.
Is that an intense kitchen? Seems like very fast paced.
It's pretty casual to me. It's almost the same that the other restaurant I used to work. But you need to keep it in detail on everything. It's really busy. They have a lot
Right.
of capacity, and the way they cook was like so casual to me. Yeah, but in a lot of volume. But everything you need to be kind of a little detail. Like things.
Right.
Between fast, casuals, and everything. Like it's a lot, but it's just fun. Yeah, yeah. And then the kitchen is not really big too, but I like it though. It's really efficient. Yeah, when you
So
move.
do you prefer small kitchens?
I love small kitchen. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think that, but not too small. In the middle, which is good. But I used to because
Medium.
all the restaurant I work is always small kitchen.
Yeah.
It's just really efficient when you wanna get something, which is like, it's easy. Yeah.
If you have a big kitchen, you usually end up just filling it with shit that you don't need. Like, oh, you know what would be nice there? All the quart containers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then before you know it, you got dusty shit that you haven't touched for months. So I think it's better to have a small kitchen, And
Nice.
so when did this idea start? What year were you sort of like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing.
Oh, okay. It's so funny. It's wrong story. And then Kin Khao. And then when I work Kin Khao, and then pandemic was hit, right? And then they need to close the restaurants. Yeah, and then and then that's how I decide. Okay, I want to do my own thing. I would just start to do my pop up first before I'm doing things here. Yeah, I start I did a pop up at Bieba, Burba Y Bar in Hayes Valles. Yeah, I think it's a couple year. Yeah, I think it's fun. And then you just need to know how to like. I mean, it's not so many days for the pop up. It's so many things because you don't have your own kitchens. You need to cook somewhere, and you need to load everything in your car. drop off, and do day by day, and you need to like plan how to prep. Yeah, like maybe 2 days in a week. Yeah, I did that during pandemic. Yeah, but I think it was kind of good opportunity for myself. I feel like I know it's kind of hard because COVID was so peak back then, and but I think this thing is seem like a good opportunity to me to be here now. If I'm not start doing anything during pandemic, this thing not gonna happen to myself, and I learned so much from that, and I know exactly this is what I want to do because I love to wanna be to open something at my own, and then it was just good. And then the first time I did the pop up. I got like like Soleho right about my pop up. It's kind of helped my business, so people was heard about more, and this is kind of give me more opportunity to grow more and come over to Jos Modern Thai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who thought of the name?
Joe's. Joe is the owner.
Okay, Joe. That's your partner.
The owner, yeah. The owner, the partner, his wife. Named
Right.
Joe's. Yeah. And then when we did the design of the restaurants, and then we kind of like, okay, name Joe. Joe is like when he dating with his wife, his wife never like Thai food, and then his wife like get into his family, and they always cook. Like Asian family, we always like cook and eat
Yeah.
all day.
That's all you do.
all the time. And then that's how she become like, be like a Thai food lover.
Yeah.
That's why he was keep the name Joe and Jay. And then we thinking about the concept. We want to be like more topical, and you feel like you go to the beach when you go travel in Thailand, maybe like something in the middle of Thailand or in the south, like Phuket, like you can see palm tree, you can see monkey. Yeah, like Jay is look like a palm tree, that how we just say, okay, maybe we do Joe's, and yeah, that's why the name is become to Joe's.
Okay.
And his family from northern of Thailand, my family from northeast Isan. So that's how we're just talking about what we want for the concept for Joe's, and then also about the design and the concept that we're thinking like need to be a little bit of topical, need to be more like a family styles, like where what our family eat and our family recipe are, and also where we went to travel in Thailand, that what talking about where we growing up, and all the story and the food that you can see on the menu. It mostly like the food that I eat when I growing up. Yeah, plus like also we don't want to be like really. We do authentic taste and flavor, everything still authentic, but we want to cooperate like because he growing up here in Oakland, in rurals, and
Yeah.
also my style of cooking is like I love like about like Californian cuisine, local ingredients, and I love eating vegetable. And then I was just we need to do because we here in California, and I couldn't see many people to cooperate, and do like twist between Thai and Californian together. I think which is kind of makes sense. And then we here in Oakland too, and what we growing up eating, I'm kind of learn, and like everyone love brisket, and then everyone eat pad khee mao, right? But if you go like right the corner here, you can eat pad khee mao with like rice noodle. But when I was remind me like, okay, what remind like Thai kid was growing up eating like instant noodle sometimes, and then why we not put this noodle, and then in the pad khee mao, and then it's so many places in Thailand now like they do pad khee mao with the mama noodle, but no one knows, and no one like, oh, I never eat this before. Yeah, but when we growing up in Thailand, we always eat this all the time. So I wanna kind of people understand like or what our concept are, like the culture, like okay, this is what we growing up eating, kind of cooperate with like thing we growing up eating here together, you know. Yeah, this is the concept for Joe's. Yeah.
Okay. And do you plan on doing another Joe's? Would you open another Joe's? Like your three might market idea? Or do you
We
just want to do this?
Joe is Joe's.
Joe is
Yeah,
Joe.
we want to doing some things new,
Right.
but it's still, you know, like same the concept, like Thai treats. But I want to do something else, you know, but not the same concept, not the same food at Joe's. Yeah.
But still in the Thai
Still
vein.
in the Thai, but what Thai that you couldn't see in here, and I don't want to be like Thai noodle at Joe, for example. You need to do noodle restaurants. You need to do like
Do it the right way.
like grill, do the right way. Like you go to street food, you know, and you try like a grill meat and thing, and I feel like that's the thing. Maybe you can do another concept with that, you know. Why? And I feel, and if you wanna call like when sometimes you call Isan food, when I did at my pop-up, it need to be Isan food, right? And some people, I don't want to be mixed like Bangkok food with Isan food, and it's finally they come out, it's not strong concept. So I want to do something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't ask you this, but how was growing up in Thailand? As you said, your family is always cooking, things like that. Were you living in more of a rural area, or was it more of a city?
Got it. Okay. I growing up with, I born and raised and grow in very small city. But if you in Thailand, I think my city probably like the third biggest city. You know, I think number one probably Bangkok, Chiang Mai, right? People knows, and sometimes people talking about Phuket, but it's like small islands. But my hometown called Udon Thani. It is small, but it's pretty the number second big in the Isan, you know. The first one is like another city called like Khon Kaen, you know. It's really big, almost the same like Chiang Mai. My hometown is kind of second, and then I growing up in the city. I didn't growing up in like suburb, you know, like small city, but I growing up like kind of capital, you know, in my city, like in the middle. Yeah, and then my parents did like a business, like sell like a second-hand car in Thailand. Yeah, and have like a mechanic shop, you know, like my dad can fix all the car and everything. So, and car care thing, like when you go in and you can have car wash and things. Yeah, that how I growing up. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to any friends that maybe you grew up with?
In Thailand,
yeah.
some, yeah, but not often like before, you know, because I've been here for a little bit, and then I'm planning to go back travel the end of the year, or maybe like we'll see how busy. But yeah. But I talk to some people, but I talk to my parents all the time. Yeah, we call, and my sister still there, and sometimes like they come visit myself, like, you know, once a year. But since pandemic is kind of pretty hard right now, so, and now they probably can come back again. And then for friends, not really talk, but I'm kind of follow. I have some friend that I'm still talk, you know. Yeah, and food scene there now is kind of like changed so much too. I was so exciting if I'm going back to travel pretty soon. So yeah.
So you're saying if you're traveling, you should go to Thailand?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing. The food scene is better? I've always heard that's amazing.
It's so many young generation doing new things right now. Yeah.
That's what's kind of cool about Oakland.
Yeah.
You have a lot of spaces doing kind of crazy, you know, things. And I like the restaurants, the collection of restaurants in Oakland is cool. What neighborhood is this?
This is called Rural District.
Rural district.
Yeah,
okay. I thought
yeah.
for some reason we were in, what the hell is it called? Mont something. It's funny because I've lived here for like a year and I haven't spent much time here. I'm always in fucking San Francisco.
And
or downtown
I know
Oakland?
since COVID, everything was closed,
Right.
and not a lot of restaurant business doing around this neighborhood. This is why my partner, he really want to do things different here. It's just I think the good restaurant it's just us here and next door, right? Yeah, Sequoia next door breakfast in the morning, and then like Cambodian restaurant right by there, but it's mom and pop. So we need more stuff opening, to make the neighbor getting better.
Right.
Yeah, and then more like traffic, because it's like when people are thinking about to go drink, people gonna go like to Moscow, like downtown or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we need something here.
So you want to enhance the local cuisine.
Yeah,
Well, we got
exactly.
KFC across the
Right. And can be destination too. We have so many customer drive from far away. A lot of people from South Bay, come over city for sure. Like they always drive
Yeah.
over. And I remember like long times ago we have, I don't know, they're still coming. I'm pretty sure. And last night we have like the customer came here 27 times already since we opened a year and a half. And she all like our return guests.
27 times.
27 times, almost 30 times already. She always came here and bring
Yeah.
different friends. And the other guy drive, I don't know where he from, like 1 hour drive, almost 2 hour. And he came here once a month, which is amazing. Yeah, and I heard some people drove from Mendocino one time. I was like, oh my God, how you heard about us? And they say they read some,
Right.
press or newspaper or whatever. And,
Worth a special journey, chef.
yes.
3 stars out this bitch. Let's go,
Yeah,
Oakland.
Oakland was amazing. Yeah, I love people here. Yeah, the neighbor was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you don't live in Oakland.
No, I don't live in Oakland. Yeah.
Would you move here or no?
We're thinking for sure. So if we need to do more things, like
To this neighborhood or where would you go?
I'm thinking about. I know I was talk to my husband. Maybe Walnut Creek. Yeah, maybe Newark. Yeah, we're kind of thinking about that because
It's only a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, and we have some family, lived out there too. So, it might be good. Yeah, we need to do a little research because my husband from South Bay, so he used to, that area.
Right.
Like, if move over, we need to just kind of like see where. But
What kind of things do you look for before you move there, for you personally? Like when you do your research, what about the place are you looking at that makes you say no or yes?
Oh, okay. I think, it's about where to be safe, Yeah. And then maybe close to the restaurants. Like, it's really convenient, like grocery store, something that not too far that you can drive because I'm really like pretty lazy person sometimes. So, yeah, I need something really convenient. Yeah.
Right.
Especially, I think, like grocery store, restaurants, and then nice place, like night weather. I like the weather the most. Yeah, if, it should be like a little sunny place. Yeah, I don't like, hot is fine to me, so, but yeah, it needs to be safe. It needs to be like really nice weather. That's what I'm kind of like. And then a little bit convenience on like, because sometimes we cook at home and, where we can go. Restaurant, we can drive everywhere. So I love driving. So sometimes we need to go out, eat, which is fine, Yeah.
So you're always on the move.
Yeah. And I love move around. So, yeah.
What's your favorite farmer's market up here?
Up here, okay. Now I live in Millbrae, Millbrae, Burlingame. So we had
Thursday.
it's on Saturday. They have the Asian farmers came over, and then the farmer that we got all the produce from them for Joe's every week. They from Fresno, yeah, and then I really like them a lot because they can grow something that you couldn't find here in the north, like the Bay Area.
Right.
Yeah, like cilantro with root, they can grow the whole year, and then we can get the root to do the paste and do like our sauces, And then I really like them so much because when I lived out in LA, I have one a farmer. His name Kong Tao, and he was do all the produce for all the restaurant in LA. You know, I remember like Chef Jeremy used to talk about him in the cookbook too. So this person that I found is the same, but they're smaller than Kong. You know, everything they grow, it was so amazing. I don't know how they did it, but it's like it has to find. And then I just talk to them. You know, we're doing Thai cuisine. You know, this is what we want, and after that, you know, they try to go something that I really want them. You know, like we want to do this. Can you try this? And then they do it really well. Yeah, I think that the one about like for the Asian produce that I really like is in Millbrae on Saturday morning. Yeah, and then I think they do in Belmont on Sunday too. And then the other one I like Marine,
On
yeah, Thursday.
That's the chef's club.
Yeah, and Ferry Building I go every
Yeah.
Saturday too, and you know I pre-order stuff. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think
always
that.
thought it cool to do a podcast at the farmer's market.
Yeah,
Just have a stand
stand and do it.
shirts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, and just hanging out, talking to people from the farmer's market.
Yeah.
You got to
I
bring it
think
to
that-
them, man. They ain't coming to you. You know?
I know I need to live here in East Bay actually because I really want to go to the one in Berkeley, you know, but they start at 2:00, which is kind of hard
Of
because
course,
sometimes I'm
Berkeley.
here already. Yeah. And then I went to Oakland once. They have
Yeah.
so many Asians.
Oh,
like
on the
farmers.
west?
Yeah, on the west.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good one too.
That's right
Yeah.
next to Cowbird.
Yeah, but the thing was like I live on the south, you know, that I need to stop by there and make me easier to stop by Ferry Building after and go here.
Right.
Yeah, I think that is more convenient to me to drive that one, like two stop and come over to the restaurant after. So yeah.
Right. And tell me how the kitchen breaks down. Is there sous chef? How many cooks do you have?
Okay.
What are your stations?
We have we have 3 stations.
Okay.
One station we have 2 people. I mean, one of each station we do 2 people.
Right.
Like we have to walk, you know, we need 2 walk person. And then one kamongche, the salad stations. And the one is fry and curry. But fry and curry sometimes was if the weekend we do 5 cooks. I mean we do 2 cook on the fry curry.
Right.
Yeah, 5 cooks on the weekend, 4 cooks on the weekdays. Yeah, on Tuesday through Thursday is 4 cooks. Yep.
Are
And
you trying
then-
to do the 4-day work week like everybody the other restaurants?
So everyone, you mean here? Everyone work 5 days a week here. Yeah, and I know one.
Dinner only?
Huh?
Or you got lunch?
No, we open dinner only, and we open 6 days a week. We close only Mondays. Yeah,
Right.
open from 5 to 9:30, and the weekend 5 to 10. Yeah,
And you do events on Mondays, usually, right?
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes we do things
Never
on
start work.
Monday. Yeah, and just the only day I'm off right now. So, or someday I get off early. I teach some of my cooks. So now we small restaurants. I would say we didn't give any to be a sous chef yet, but I have some person in mind, you know, that I'm kind of see things. And once we kind of getting busier, so yeah, we need to like kind of delegate jobs and keep them more empowered and you know and they learn more about stuff, you know, and I can like maybe I can leave it out and thinking about something else, you know. I feel like sometimes if you be in the kitchen every day and it's hard if you like you need to do like some paperwork things, thinking about financials, you know, like thing that the cost and everything, you know, if you be in the kitchen sometimes you don't have time to do that stuff, right?
Right.
I think that better that you give someone else to be like expediting or prepping, you know, like that type of people. But now I'm just in the process train some people right now to be that person. So,
Right.
but I'm still around, and I love to be here, especially like Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do expediting and help them prep. Yeah, I love to be here pretty much every week. Yeah, and then weekday someday I would get off early. Yeah,
Okay.
Wednesday or Thursday. Sometimes I'm coming in, sometimes not. But if not, I just doing work at home. So.
What does your husband do?
He's a chef too. He's a Japanese chef.
Okay.
Yeah, but now he working at it's like a seafood store called Wheeling Gate
Right.
in Noe Valley. Yeah, he just started that, but he used to work at Japanese restaurant before. Yeah. When we met, he was the chef at Okane. Yeah, he opened Okane next to Omakase Group in the city.
Right, right.
Yeah, he's a chef there before he helped open up and everything. And then it's kind of back and forth. And then I was in LA. We dating for I think more than 7 years right now. I mean, we together, but we like kind of long distance for like 4 years when I was in LA. Yeah,
4 years.
4
chef.
years. That's why I decided to move back. So it's too many years to like be separate
Apart.
and like
Well,
apart.
4
yeah,
years. I applaud that. You guys
yeah,
doing much more than a lot of people.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, hell yeah, chef. Thank you very much. And before we leave, I want to ask you, give me 2 of your favorite chefs in Oakland, restaurants that you go to maybe when you're not here.
Okay. Let me think. 2 favorite restaurants. I mean, I love to go to Snow Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the food, and no, I love the food that be like snacky.
Right.
Yeah, like drinking food. That's my favorite food that I love to do it. I love to drink and have some snack. I think Snow Bar is my favorite one in Oakland.
Snail Bar is your favorite restaurant
Yeah.
in Oakland.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
okay. You
if you
can
need
say that.
snack, yeah, and then
Well, like I was telling you earlier, chefs are sensitive, right? So when you say, "Oh, Snail Bar is my favorite restaurant," obviously Andres feels good. But then you got a couple other knuckleheads that are like, well, "What about my restaurant?" And it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man, you can't be that way. It's subjective to everybody. But I do get you when you say snacking, because
Yeah.
Snail Bar, you can go there for whatever you want, whether it's a serious dinner or to have a few bites and a glass of wine, and it doesn't never feel like out of place, you know.
yeah, and also day trip. Day trip, I like it too.
Day trip?
People is really nice. You know, like when I'm thinking like, oh, where I can get some drink and a little snack. The trip is great. Yeah.
Day trip. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the chef over there?
Yes. Yeah.
What's
I
his
know.
name? Her name?
I know Stella, the owner. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's so nice. Sometimes we talk. We help each other. Yeah. Like what we need. You know. Yeah. Which is really cool. They're super nice. I love them.
Yeah.
And then I love to eat like really casual restaurants, you know, like the somewhere in Chinatowns or like Vietnamese noodle soups, you know, that the thing I really like. I mean, I used to like to eat something like pretty fancy. I feel like it's kind of boring to me now. I think, you know, and I just love to eat something really basic, and then you can eat every day, right? Yeah, but I'm still like to go eat like night restaurants, like
Yeah.
you know, like fine dining when like maybe like my special occasions, you know. Yeah, but in general, it's just like something simple, tacos or noodle soup, you know, that I really like to do it. And even like Lao restaurant right by here too, I really like that so much, called VNT and Cafe. Yeah, sometimes when they craving something that we don't have it here, or I didn't cook at home, it's just okay, maybe I order takeout, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So, chef, you just spend your time eating, working, chilling, just being. You're one of the coolest chefs in Oakland. I'll tell you that. I've met a
Thank
lot
you.
of them. One of the coolest. Thank you so much for being on the show. If you guys are ever in Oakland, come out here to Jos Modern Thai, where Chef Intu will take care of you. Chef, let's give them the address to this place and your Instagram and things like that, so people can, you know, shout you out. And
Okay. We located 3725 MacArthur Boulevard. You know.
Oakland.
Yeah. And our Instagram handle was just Jos Modern Thai. Yeah.
Joe's Modern Thai.
Yeah.
All right.
And we have Twitters, we have TikTok. So yeah, you guys can follow us.
You're everywhere.
Yeah. We just start to do that TikTok.
It's a
so.
full-time job. Everybody started doing TikTok.
Yeah,
It's funny that everybody started doing it when they were trying to take it away. It's like, that's how everybody is. I
Right.
started doing it just because they're like, hey, take it away. I'm like, what the fuck? It's, unfortunately, it's a necessity for today's world. But if you use it responsibly, which I think chefs do, because you're sharing dishes, you're sharing plates or whatever it is, it sort of inspires you. And then you kind of can keep up with trends. Because if you look, we're all getting food from the same farms.
Right.
So when you look at how people are cooking and things like that, you maybe you don't have any inspiration that day, and you can look on Instagram and some chef in the area is doing something cool with an ingredient that you saw at the farmer's market. You know?
Oh, and then I think I want to tell something. What's that?
Yeah.
About no, yeah. I mean, like we're talking about the when I used to work at night market, right? That's it's type of restaurants, kind of like very casuals. And then when I that's why I want to learn to do things in Kin Khao, and then the cuisine that Kin Khao and night market do, it is kind of a little different, you know. Kin Khao is kind of more, I feel like Bangkok, you know, like royal, authentic from Chef Pim's recipe, like family. And then like Chris restaurant is kind of be like really casual, like, and his family from North, you know, something from like Isan, like you think like you can see in the street food. But that's the thing that I learned from, because I feel like my style of Thai cooking is like I love things in between, you know, like not like really casual and not fine dining. Yeah, I love like between that, like modify, you know, that how I'm kind of present like here in Joe's too. So it's kind of between thing that people can thinking about that and like come eat all the time. So
Right.
yeah. I think that get me inspired, and then that fit with like the thing that I'm kind of like is fit in my personality, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. Yep.
I think if anything, that's what chefs want to do. They just want to cook within their identity and share it with people. And you know, the unfortunate part of it is that you have to be a business to do that. You know, but what's interesting is all the pop-ups that are happening, all the collaborations, which will then bring new ideas for food. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm excited to see where we go, what fusion restaurants open. You know, it's going to get, I mean, we got Jewish Korean with Chef Kat in LA.
Yep.
You know, and so the landscape is changing for sure. But
Cool.
Sucio Talk Podcast, peace. Chef,
Thank
camera.
you. Okay. Thank you.